Hey everybody, this is JMan105 coming back at you with another hobby related video. I have started another build, seeing as how it's a 3-day weekend up here in Canada, and this is another obstacle for my 1/24th scale RC crawlers. This is going to be bigger than the previous obstacle, and this is what I've done so far, and I'll take you through how this is going to work. It started off as something needing a base. And thankfully, one of my co-workers has just gone through a renovation at his house. He saved me a rather large piece of Asperite, which is a reinforced type of particle board. I cut off a chunk of it because I don't need all of it at once, but I do have it in case I do need it for other projects. So this is a 14-inch wide by 3 feet long section of Asperite board. What you see on there now is one of the cardboard, I guess you can call it a humps that I've cut out. I've made a stencil out of cardboard, and the reason why I like working with cardboard in some cases, A, it's readily available. I happen to have a box at work from a brand new wheel. I do work in an automotive shop, so when a nice box comes my way, I will take it home for construction purposes. I taped two of the flaps back together of the box and made a stencil of how I wanted the hill to go. As you can see here, I have the second one. I traced around the first one so that I didn't have to do it. And the stencil comes from this schematic that I worked up. After seeing this idea in my head, I decided to come up with a schematic. So it's a flat surface. The cardboard is going to act as the inner pylons to hold eventually what's going to be going on top, which I will get to in a moment. The first thing was to come up with how high I wanted this to be, and the box flaps are perfect because upon measuring them, they are just over 9 inches, and that's actually perfect. That's just enough of a challenge for the RCs to climb up and get back down, and of course it'll be slightly crooked, which is fine because I am adding in that little bit of touch to make it more perilous for the trucks. So, long story short, I came up with the measurements and I did a freehand drawing on the first one, again, which is that one, and then traced it once I cut it out. They will be held down on the board by these brackets. I love these little L brackets. I happen to keep lots of brackets, but I didn't have enough in this case, so I went to the local building center and got a bag. I think there's 20 in here for like $5.29. That's not bad. So I'll take that. The next thing will be spacing the two humps on the board. They're going to be about 6 inches apart from each other to accommodate brackets, some internal parts to hold them up, as well as what's going to go on top. Now, this is going to be a hill that looks like logs. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to be going out into the forest once winter stops. I tried last weekend, but I couldn't find anything because everything was still under too much snow. I'm going to be grabbing broken tree branches and whatever I can find in that type of material. I'll cut them up on the spot with some tools I can take with me. They're going to be about as thick. What I'm looking for would be somewhere in this thickness of this piece of pipe that I have lying around. This is about 1/2 inch, so I want to stay to around like a 1/2 inch chunks of tree branch or twigs or sticks or whatnot. But I put that there to give you an idea of how thick I want the branches to be. I'll cut them to 8 inches in width, so that's about up to there. Then they will stick on like a log trail. They will stick on starting at the base of this. I'll stick one there to hold it and then start putting them around until they cover the whole trail. Before I do that and get the sticks, I will have these two humps affixed to the base, and I will have to paint the base to make it look like green grass. I already have paint for that, hence the building center trip yesterday. And then I can go from there. That's all I have done at the moment, but I will post future videos giving you updates. This is really not that hard of a project. Anybody can do this. All you need is a piece of plywood or particle board, or in this case Asperite, as your base, and you need some vision and let your creativity run wild. Sometimes I do schematics, sometimes I don't. This time I did because I needed to visualize on a piece of paper what this needs to look like. That's all for today. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.